What's up, Black family? This is Super Mike 2164. Press the like, press the share. Uh, this is I was going to do this on the other computer so I can show you guys pictures, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and talk about it. Uh, we may talk about it again a little later, just to add some conversations. If I'm still going to put this little link here. Let's see. Oh, I always messed up. All right, let's see if I can do this. And like I said, press the like, press the share. You guys can subscribe to it. And let's see, there it is. I'm doing this on my cell phone. Sorry. So I got this topic because I'm on Facebook looking, and I see Stacy Abrams. Now I'm buying property, and I mean I live right now in California, but I'm buying property in Georgia. Mama live in Georgia, sister, brother, and I'll probably be moving back there to Georgia. Uh, we have here at the farms, got some stuff in Georgia, which I do want to be a part of that with the brother Ben X and brother Farrakhan putting together. Here at the farms also has acreage in Texas. I think it was some in New York State. So that's another thing. And we all need to get some property because guess what? If you hadn't noticed, the pillars in society, okay, is falling apart. And the pillars of this society is falling apart. Why? Because these people won't do right. They won't do right by us. And all it took was for us to stop being satisfied and to just stop going along with too many of us just won't go along with the old crap. You know, you owe me money, but I'm still gonna smile in your face. I'm still gonna help you out. You owe me money, but I'm still going to, try to make sure that your business, I'm not being paid properly, but I'm still going to work there, still going to do it just as like a good employee. You know what I'm saying? You won't solve this problem. And what's going on, guys? Like I said, press the like, press the share. If you want to join, you can come up. But really, I'm just talking about this perpetual single thing. You know, right now in Georgia, we got Stacy Abrams. She want to be the governor. You got a lady named Shannon, excuse me, Rennita Shannon. She wants to be the lieutenant governor. Rennita Shannon wants to be the lieutenant governor. She ain't got nobody. She not married. She has no children. So you want the governor to be a single person, never married, no children, doesn't understand family, doesn't understand how, doesn't see the value of a whole nother sector of the human population, namely men. In fact, right now, the avatar that I have is one of her tweets, Stacey Abrams. It says they were basically asking this woman. She was trying to run last time in 2017, and I guess somebody from the Atlanta newspaper, Atlanta Journal Constitution, asked her, "What's up with? We can't find no boyfriend. We can't find what's going on." This woman writes. She writes novels, so she writes romantic novels. But she imagines, you know, a great relationship, I guess. But in reality, it doesn't work out for her. She doesn't make it actually happen. So people are trying to understand, like, okay, we're you're wanting us to put you in leadership over the governorship. Now, as a Secretary of State, as a job that's not really super high profile, you're Secretary of State, you're just managing the affairs, you're a great leader, you're great at making things happen, things like that. You know, okay, we'll elect you to that. But as a high profile, the governor, we're expecting you to be understanding of all certain aspects of the leadership of the state. It's almost like the president of the state. So not only are you it's about the technical details of your leadership, but it's also there's a personal. It's almost like the mayor of the city. There's a personal aspect to this leadership position here. You're expected to manage the affairs. We're looking to you as a governor. We're looking to you as a family person because most people, most human beings, tend to form these things called families. Uh, Regardless of what we see on YouTube spaces about all of this man hating and the men, these so-called men with the female hating. Uh, Human beings need each other to live. That's how nature kind of set it up because one group of humanity doesn't have all of the family jewels. You got a population of human beings that has mostly estrogen, and they have the ovaries, and then you have this whole other set of population. They handle all of the details and the grimy details of being the assholes of society, and we're called men, and we handle that testosterone. That's what it's for. Okay, we sit there, we deal with it. You know, uh, you know, we need to be the assholes sometimes. Sometimes we need to be the people who just make it happen. The females, they're not really created. They can do it, but they're not created to handle a certain amount of mental stress, a certain amount of pressure and stress and emotional strain. That they're really not just not as equipped generally to deal with sustained amounts of stress. Women they tend to get all sorts of weird you start to get all sorts of weird decision making when you put a woman under sustained amounts of stress, certain types of stress, especially emotional uh you know types of hardships. So like I said before, you have the men, you have the women. uh Society survives best when we can put them together. But what we have now is we have this fake society which tries to eliminate the need for people. This is the reason why you have robots coming into play. The trajectory of this disgusting society that we have that esteems people like Little Nas X, esteems people like Cardi B and Meg The Stallion with their type of behavior, but they will punish people who try to do the right thing, good people. They will censor people who tell the truth. You can't just tell the truth. you know. So I'm reading this article about Stacy Abrams. Now, some people said, people on Facebook saying, "Oh, it shouldn't matter that she's not married. It shouldn't matter that another woman who wants to be the lieutenant governor, Rennita Shannon, she's not married." Then we see these tweets that these people have a problem with men. So I'm trying to understand. Number one, okay, you're not married. I mean, really and truly, personally, if we were dealing with a situation that was just a personal situation, like who cares? I mean, I don't. I mean, too many things to deal with for me to be dealing with some individual who chooses not to find a mate. and puts out a tweet that says, "Start with the rules of engagement. I wrote my ex-boyfriend in as a character and put him in prison where he languishes to this day." This is the only thing we heard about an ex-boyfriend from her. Because when you start looking up her bio and stuff, it says none, no men, nothing, no adopted children. She's not going to train anyone from the next generation directly under her household. She's not going to share her life, and dedicate her time to an individual person or a group of young people to teach and train them, to dedicate her life to helping them, to bring them into the world and train them up. She won't adopt anybody. Of course, she's not going to get pregnant and have any. She could still get pregnant, but she obviously chooses not to. Uh, she's not even like what Tariq calls Uncle Mammy up there in Chicago. She won't even get another woman. So I mean, so we can't even. This woman, you got Stacey Abrams and this other woman that wants to be the governor, and so basically you're telling. So the question comes to my mind is, what's more dangerous for the future of especially Black America, but even just America in general? You see, by the white people, definitely these people are pulling their hair out, trying to get their people to have more kids. They're dying off. They're killing each other. They're doing these mass shootings now, and they're taking meth. Opioid crisis is still murdering, coronavirus, all the stuff. So we need to esteem folks who never had children, born, die. You know, what is that? Is that more dangerous than a single mother? At least that person reproduced themselves, and so the next generation has a chance to develop better. That's how I'm thinking. See, because I think practically, I think actually, I use, we live on a thing called planet Earth. We live in a thing called the universe. And a lot of us think that our little technology can insulate and shield us from natural order and processes uh, that we we require for life. You see what I'm saying? So we think we have these type of choices. And when I posted this on Facebook, we had they're talking about how Stacey Abrams is running over there in Rashard Ritchie's group. You know, Rashard Ritchie. I don't know if you guys know, he's a radio show host, and he's also a TV show host now over there in WAOK in Atlanta. Somebody posted how Stacey Abrams never did anything for Black people, and specifically, she's going to support, of course, you know, I guess you can't even really get mad at it right now because you can't make it unless you support the full agenda of folks in the LGBT camps, which is, again, everybody needs support, but you can get away with completely ignoring what we're told is 13% of the population. We can completely ignore Black people. We can, make it fully blown. Go ahead and let illegal immigration come in before we make sure that the people who live here have access to the jobs. You're making sure, I mean, I understand having immigration, well, and then they make excuses for it. They say the people are lazy. The Americans are lazy. Really? Okay. Okay. So whose fault is that? Why are we creating lazy people? So do you want your country to be taken over because the people are lazy? So, my thing is, I'm just like, is this something that we should support? Does it matter? single people who don't value family. Does that have anything to do with anything? People that don't value family, you're gonna put them in the top spots to lead your society. People who have replaced the other side of humanity, the natural order, with technology such as robots, dildos, and other battery operated items. People, men and women. Cory Booker, we used to hold up Cory Booker as a single individual people let get in, and he's a do nothing for black folks directly. He was a mayor, which I don't know how he became the mayor. They let him be the mayor. I believe he's the mayor over there in New Jersey. Single people tend to get themselves in certain trouble, especially men. I'll say it that way, because you're unstable. You got a natural sexual urge. Uh, the more people that you try to engage with, you're going to open yourself up to risk. That's just the bottom line. Especially in a world like this, everybody's looking for opportunity, and if you have a little something, you're opening yourself up to, to risk. So that's another reason why, especially single men, uh, it's not really the best in the top leadership spots of government. Not really, on generally, because look at Don Lemon, Chris Cuomo, you know, all these type of people. Just a single man is not really the best thing you want to put in a big spot where you need people to be looking at him as a some type of especially looking into his moral business. You're going to want somebody there that's married, that knows about family, cares about family, and of course you want business owners. But that should matter to us because we're talking about divorce rates in this country. People just continue. People just have accepted it. Oh, divorce rate is 70%, and nobody's trying to there's no agendas, there's no action items to try to understand why is that happening, how can we reduce the stress can we is there some education that needs to be provided to try to make sure that people understand the value of marriage and how to make the home happy and how to keep each other happy. None of that. No stability. But this is what people think is going to fly. China right now, just read a report. China is buying up land in America. What are they doing with the land? They're stripping the topsoil. Stripping the topsoil. I mean, the topsoil, this is a precious commodity. It took hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to get the type of topsoil, dead animals, leaves, I mean, just layers of productivity, nutrients that you can grow and feed yourself from, feed your population. They're stripping that topsoil, putting it in giant shipping containers, taking it to China. Why you so stupid, looking at Cardi B, looking at Lil Nas X, China is buying your land. They don't need to fight you. They don't need to fight you. Let's take a couple of these dollars, these papers, these little dead white presidents with white faces on them, greenbacks, throw those around, and they're literally able to strip your topsoil from you, put it in a shipping container, take it back to China, and and feed their population. They're taking permanent value away from the people here. This is what this is what the situation we got because you have stupid leadership. You don't know how to pick leadership. So, What's going on, everybody? Like I said, press the thumbs up. If you want to come up, you want to talk, you can go ahead and press the link. Come on up. Uh, if nobody wants to come up, I'm just gonna come cut it off pretty quick because right now I'm actually just on my phone, and really right now, I just started off with Stacy Abrams, the perpetual single person who seeks power, seeks leadership, and to try to be the leadership. Is this what we want? People who don't value marriage, don't value family in their own lives, they won't adopt. Are these super selfish people? This is just my opinion. I mean, if I'm wrong, you can let me know. But I did want to have that conversation. If, like I said, if nobody's ready to have the conversation right now, that's cool. And but I'm just going to spit my opinion if that's the case. And like I said, what we got going on in Georgia, in other places, we have bad leadership in this country. And so, how are we going to survive bad leadership? Are you just going to wait until you get an invading nation that literally, first of all, you don't need a real invading nation because what's going to happen if you have such horrible leadership for too long, the systems are just going to break down so bad. The robbing, the murder, the killing, internally, the rot, the stench of horrible, trashy, pathetic leadership is going to happen. I mean, Kamala Harris, her little, and Joe Biden. Look at Joe Biden. Look how old and stupid this man is. There's no way this man should have ever been up there. Kamala Harris, she laughs at every interview. She's a fool. She's a damn fool. Donald Trump is an idiot. He should have never got in there. But this is how dumb these systems of leadership are now. Barack Obama, okay, you know, that makes sense. He at least looked the part, but he didn't do a damn thing. But the point is, you're electing leadership that is dysfunctional. It's a red flag. I mean, you got these ideas that are leaving everybody open to destruction. So how are we going to survive? We got to stop thinking American. If you want to be in a part of, if you want to be a survivor of this, your gun is not going to protect you. That's what a show I need to probably do. I want to have a debate with B and T probably, or maybe I don't know, a debate or discussion. The gun owners, all my gun owners out there. You know, all my people who own these guns. We're thinking of protection. So okay, so what's the levels of protection? What is protecting us? Is your gun protecting you? Now your gun protects you in the event. Okay, so the event is happening. Here's now you have a level of protection to respond in, where you can feel as though you're in control. But what caused the event? Okay, and how many events could happen where you lose that roll of the dice? You may kill somebody, but hey, somebody may kill you. Everybody has guns. So are guns protecting us really? Now the thing is, people, we had a situation. I was talking to a brother on Instagram. Now over there in Georgia, Ben X, Brother Farrakhan, you had to hear up the farms, and some other people. I know, shoot, I forgot that man's name. Yarma Karima. Yarma Karima. I seen Yarma Karima on there. But the bottom line is 400, about 250 acres of land in Georgia was purchased by a group of black folks, building a town. I know they purchased 400 acres in Texas, and I remember 20 acres, or at least 20. It was some acres over there in New York State as well. But the point is, One brother was complaining, you know, they don't allow guns. They don't allow guns on the property. You have to promise you can't bring your gun in the inside of the sanctuary of the you can't bring the gun inside the sanctuary of the community. And the brother was mad because he was trying to invest in the community, but something happened where he didn't, I guess he didn't make a meeting. There was a meeting out there at the properties, and to select your lots and to pick which property you wanted to have, and all that kind of thing. He didn't make it because he said a family issue, and he was pissed that they gave his lot to someone else because they sold out of, they sectioned off. It was like 100, and it was like basically like 120 acres or something to that effect. They sectioned them off. It was 35 acres, excuse me, 35 sections, and they sold each section to the people, to 35 families or whatever. So the brother missed his section, so now he's mad, and so now he's coming up with all these other excuses. The reason why he didn't, you know, why nobody should work with them, because he mad at them, and that's a problem too. So, but the thing is, he mad because they didn't want to bring guns in the sanctuary, in the community, I should say. So I'm asking him like, why? Okay, well, just because. Okay, why don't you go to a community where you guys have guns? Why don't you, you'll be supported that way. The brothers just got together and start, you know, getting people together to buy properties. You could do the same thing. They just like they did it. He rather talk negative. And I'm like, okay, well, you're looking at places like the Nation of Islam, who's a strong organization that people literally pay them to protect them. So the Nation of Islam is actually notorious for its security operations. There's all across the nation, country, brothers inside the Nation of Islam are getting paid to run security for celebrities, for events. The events, large events like the Million Man March, large events such as all of these hundreds, thousands, thousands, tens of thousands of people in auditoriums, Nation of Islam events, you know, it's clean, no injuries, everybody has a good time, the event is smooth. They're not armed. They don't carry a weapon. They have not carried weapons. And I know people make these arguments, but you will not find a picture now or ever of Nation of Islam people carrying guns and weapons to intimidate people in order to produce security and safety. But we think that the guns are protecting us. That right there is, to me, we got a track record that's showing you that it's not actually the gun that's protecting you. It's the unity and group operation and planning that's it's more protection. And so anyway, that's a whole nother discussion to have. Like I said before, we'll touch base a little later. I want to actually do this again because I actually have people in the spot. I might bring this up again with part two, just in a couple hours, probably early in the morning, just to show some pictures. Because, like I said, some articles. I wanted to read some articles because we got, like I said, Stacy Abrams, Rennita Shannon. We got other people running for governorship in Georgia, but are they good candidates? I mean, these people, do they understand the value of family? Is family important anymore? You know, that's my question. So anyway, guys, this always coming up to the 30-minute mark, and I'm going to chill out. If you have any comments or questions, go ahead and let me know. If you, oh, sorry, hold on a second. Yeah, if you have any comments, questions, let me know and share the message, and I'll see you guys later. Press subscribe if you have not subscribed to the channel. And thanks. Peace.